All right. Right, Mr. Gonzalez, that's you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right. So I've got a charge that they that's come out and cited with you with, or that you were in custody, and it's from November 9th. Disorderly conduct, domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, and endangerment, domestic violence. So I'm just going to continue your conditions of no contact with Miss Miller and no return to her residence, and I'll appoint Mr. Nemec to represent you on this one too. And I'm gonna leave it for, we're just reviewing it next Monday to see what's going on with your felonies. So, unless Mr. Nemec tells me differently, we won't see you until we know what's going on with your felonies, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. And that's it.
Jones Kelly.
I love all your notes. They are wonderful. What's your name?
Kelly Sue Jones.
Okay. I've got a case from November 22nd charging you with criminal trespass and drug paraphernalia. And it looks like you already have a public defender and you're seeing Judge Blue tomorrow. So I'm going to leave this on that same date for tomorrow and appoint the public defender. Don't go back to the incident location. So it'll just be added to all the cases that you're going to be seen on tomorrow. Okay, Miss Jones?
Oh, okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
That's it.
Martinez.
All right, Ms. Martinez, I have a petition to revoke your probation. And the allegations are that on November 27th, you committed the offenses of aggravated assault, domestic violence, and endangerment domestic violence. During the months of June through November, you failed to submit to drug and alcohol testing, and on November 27th, you engaged in threatening, abusive, coercive, or violent behavior. So on this, I'm going to enter a denial of the allegations, which is like not guilty. And I'm going to set it for December 17th and reappoint the public defender. And then depending on what happens with your felony, we'll either see you that day or your public defender may say they just want to wait and see what's going on with your felonies. So I'm going to hold you on a $2,500 bond, and I will either see you in December or see what Mr. Rosenbluth has to say about what's going on with your other cases. Okay?
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Flores.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Jessica Morales.
All right. You are charged from November 22nd with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and it looks like you've got a APO hold. So what I'm going to do is give you a city public defender and hold you on a $500 bond so you can get some credit while you're in there, and then we'll review the case on December 10th at 1:30. And
Okay. December 10th at 1:30?
but your public defender will be out to talk to you and figure out what's going on with your APO hold and stuff too. Okay?
Okay. I spoke with my attorney and he told me that the case got dismissed, that I was just on the APO hold.
So I suspect I've got a couple of these. Was it a felony domestic violence? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then the detective went out and cited you for a misdemeanor for the same case. So that's what's going on. So now you've got it pending as a misdemeanor case. So
So it's not dismissed then?
well, they dismiss the felony and then they give them to me. They give a lot of, then the detectives take them and get them issued as misdemeanors if they can't be pursued as felonies. So now I'm going to give you a city public defender to represent you on that. And they'll talk to you about whether you want to be seen on it or you want to wait and see what happens with your probation hold. So
Okay.
yeah, so it got refiled as a misdemeanor is what happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right, so you'll have two lawyers. You'll have your city public defender for that case now that it's a misdemeanor domestic violence case.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Oops. All right, what's your name?
Anita Sanchez.
All right, looks like I have you. Let me see what's going on with you. I didn't see this. I am seeing you on a warrant out of Justice Court for a shoplifting and a drug paraphernalia case. And what do you have holding you in custody right now, Miss Sanchez?
Um, I'm not sure though. I got court today for Marana. I got dismissed on
Okay.
time served for that.
Looks like you have $100 bond on a city court case. So I think what I'm going to do is release you on this one, and then I will note that you're in custody for the city court case, but you probably won't be there long enough for you to miss this December 15th at 8:30. That's when you need to show up in justice court on this case, or another warrant will issue for you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're still in custody, then they'll be able to check and see. But if you're not, you need to come to court or a warrant will issue, okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Vote.
Just an ugly, lots of overlap calendars. All right. What's your name?
Timothy Schultz.
All right, Mr. Schultz, it looks like I am seeing you on a case that maybe got dismissed as a felony. I'm not sure, but anyway, that was cited from November 22nd. And I need to confirm your date of birth. Can you tell me what your date of birth is?
3/24/98.
3/24/98. Okay. And so you've got a bunch of cases set for December 23rd at 10, but I think that it's time to give you a public defender and have you seen in person. So what I'm going to do is hold you on a $100 bond on this one and set it for December 9th at 1:45. And then your public defender and you can decide whether you want to wait out what's going on with your felonies or whether you want to be seen that day. But that way you're getting credit for all of these cases while you're in custody on the felony. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So a city public defender will talk to you and it'll be set for December 9th right now. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, yeah, I gotta switch over to my JP cases, right? They're just as ugly as the city cases. Good Lord. What? Okay.
Hi, Major. Gaba.
All right, you've got one failure to appear in justice court for shoplifting, and I'm going to release you on that, and you need to be back in justice court on December 15th at 8:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Thank you.
Don't go back to the incident location, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases in city court with failures to appear, and then this new one, criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia. So I am going to order you not to go back to any of the incident locations, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Appoint the city public defender to represent you and hold you on a $500 bond, and your next court date will be December 9th at 1:45.
And now my house, I have work. So I work, and so it's for me like it's really important. I just started. I barely got like myself stabilized like before my family.
Please.
Okay.
She's not? No, she's pregnant.
But I was, cause I don't have I have to work tomorrow, but I don't have the money right now. But in 2 weeks I will too. For the
Yeah,
for the
I can't change my mind with this many cases, considering you got arrested today too. So, all right, your public defender will be out to talk to you. We're done.
Thanks, have your paper. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. All right, what's your name? You guys, she's muted. Thanks.
Repeat your name.
Javon.
Tompkins?
Oh,
All right, you got a failure to appear in Marana for a shoplift. And I am going to order you not to go back to the incident location, appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you, and hold you on a $100 bond. And you will be seen tomorrow at noon on that one. Oops. And then you have a justice court new case, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass. And I'm going to appoint Alexander Ball to represent you on that one. And hold you on a $100 bond and order you not to return to the incident location. And they will see you tomorrow at 1. And then you've got lots of city court cases. So I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you on those and hold you on a $500 bond, and your next court date will be December 9th at 1:45. And order you not to go back to any of the incident locations and not to have any contact with any of the victims.
how long are you gonna hold me in jail? Like a month?
Till the 9th at least. That's your last court date, okay? All right, that's it, man. Oh, wait, let me see. Is the 9th right? I wasn't thinking. No, the 11th. I'm sorry, ma'am, the 11th. I didn't realize it was Judge Blue. Okay. All right, I think I filled everything out on that. I don't fill. Sorry, they've kept the folder. All right. What's your name? That he's muted you all. Jail, you guys are muted. Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Isidro Escontrias.
Okay.
Escontrias.
You are charged with criminal trespass and possession of drug paraphernalia. So I'm going to order you not to go back to the incident location. And I'm going to appoint a public defender, but I'm going to release you on this. If you are out of custody, you need to come to court on January 16th at 9 o'clock. If you're not out of custody, then your public defender will be meeting with you, your city public defender, to see what you want to do with this misdemeanor case, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's it then, sir.
Okay.
Gabriel? Let's see.
I think the hospital trying to do something that was already there.
What's your name, sir?
Gabriel for that.
You've
There
got
was
charges of drug paraphernalia.
like the she said
So I am gonna give you a city public defender, hold you on a $250 bond, and set your next court date for December 9th at 1:45. So your lawyer will be out to talk to you before then.
Wait, you said Uma? Cause like I don't got that charge.
Okay. You can talk to your lawyer about it. All right, what's your name, sir?
Shane Miles Milligan.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and then you got failure to appear on criminal trespass and drug charges. So I'm going to order you not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs, not to commit any acts of domestic violence, and you need to come to court January 13th at 1:30 at city court, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Absolutely.
All right, and you're released. What's your name, sir?
Stephen Joseph Birch.
Okay, you are charged with domestic violence, first-degree murder. Counsel, the state's asking for $1 million bond. Did you want to be heard?
No, you're not.
Yes, Your Honor. He's a 2 on the failure to appear scale, so he has no large history of failure to appear. He recently lost his job and he has no savings, so he's not going to be able to post $1 million bond. He won't even be able to post a lower bond. I'd request, given his financial status and low failure to appear history, that the bond be set at $250,000.
Okay. He's on probation right now, looks like.
Incarcerated.
So, all right. So I am going to appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Birch. I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim's family, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms, no acts of domestic violence. And I'm going to hold him on $1 million bond. Pretrial services have posted, and December 15th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. And that's it.
Yes.
What's your name, sir?
Keolo Uti.
All right, you are charged with aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, and robbery. And counsel, the state's asking for $100,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. He has no felony convictions. He's a 1 on the FTA and a 2 on the NCAA scale, so he has a low risk score. He's 22 years old, so he's still relatively young. Pretrial Services was able to verify that he has housing and transportation with his family, with his father specifically they spoke to. And so I would ask you to set the bond in this matter at 10,000.
Okay. Mr. Goodman, you want to be heard more?
Yes, Judge. So this isn't your standard, a couple people push someone and take something. This victim's spine was broken. They have a fractured nose, a hematoma, and they had to be intubated. So this victim was literally on the edge of death. I don't know what their status is, at this moment. But this is very egregious conduct between him and his 2 co-defendants. I would just ask, regardless of the bond that's set, Judge, that he have no contact with you'll see the other co-defendant now, Matthew Futi. The other co-defendant who's not here today would be Adriana Ortiz.
Okay. All right. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Putti. I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the victim's residence or work or the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms, monitoring through pretrial services if the bond is posted, which will be $50,000, and no contact with, is that going to be possible for your client counsel to not have any contact with, I think it's his brother, is that true? I don't know where they're supposed to be living if they post the bond, so.
Your Honor, I did discuss that with him. If it's something the court finds necessary for his release, he would definitely be able to have no contact with the brother.
Okay, so no contact with Matthew or Adriana, and like I said, a $50,000 bond pretrial services if posted December 15th at 1:30 is the preliminary here. And that's it. Can you unmute for me, counsel? Thanks. What's your name, sir?
Mohammed.
All right. You understand you're charged with criminal trespass and the other charge that you're charged with?
I don't have other charge. I just have
Yep.
one charge.
You have
I just have one charge.
exposing yourself. Do you remember that charge?
Exposing yourself.
Yes. So
What's the
the
this,
trespass charge is they told you repeatedly to go away and you wouldn't go away. So are you going to stay away from that location?
yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that location.
All right. And from anybody who was there at that location? Okay. That's
Yeah,
you need to stay away from it and stay away from that bus stop too. Okay.
okay.
All right, then I'm going to release you with those conditions that you not have any contact with the person that was at the bus stop, but more importantly, you don't go to that store or the bus stop, okay?
Okay.
And then you have to come
Yeah.
back to court January 5th at 9:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, then you're released. So how come there's two different sets of citations in here? How did that work?
They wrote it, there's 3 charges and they wrote one on each for
Two on one and one on the other?
one on the other.
Okay, but because they all happened the same day, you guys put them in the same file? Okay. Well, they didn't all happen the same day, actually, but that's okay? Okay. What's your name, sir?
Same goal. We'll see you, man.
Okay. Okay, so you are charged with felony criminal trespassing. And counsel, the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm trying to log into pretrial services right now. I was just a little confused because it looked like he had a pending felony for the same charge on the same day. So I don't know if this is a repeat.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
So he has another one pending?
He was seen on a completely separate incident, burglary, I believe, at what would be the same victim entity, if that makes sense, Judge.
Uh-huh. And
But it is not the same charge. It's not the same incident. They are completely separate.
so he released to pretrial services on that one?
He's released to pretrial services on the other one, and he appears to be an absconder from probation out of California, it looks like, for the pretrial report.
Okay.
Thanks for that clarification. I would ask for a lower bond. He does not have any money to post any amount of bond. I'd request that you set the bond in this case at $3,000.
Okay. Given that, and then I've got some misdemeanors too. Let me look. What's that? Okay. On the felony, I am going to appoint this public defender to represent the defendant. No return to the incident location, no contact with any of the victims at the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to hold him on a $7,500 bond, pretrial services if posted, and set the preliminary hearing for the 15th of December at 1:30. Then we've got these misdemeanors too. So we've got misdemeanor shoplift with a failure to appear. And I'm going to appoint a lawyer on all of these for you, sir, and so get you some credit while you're in there. I will appoint Pete Gutierrez to represent you on this. On the shoplift, I'm going to hold you on a $100 bond, like I said, to get you some credit, and they will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. And don't go back to that location. And then you've got a failure to comply with a court order charge also, which seems to be related to to the felony. So I'll appoint Mr. Gutierrez to represent you on those, on the failure to comply with a court order, and hold you on a $500 bond on that, since that seems to be a repeated project. December 4th at 1 tomorrow, they will see you on those misdemeanors. So I think that's it.
So
Let's see where you just worked. Spell before.
7,500.
Christopher.
What's your name, sir?
Christopher Bishop.
All right, Mr. Bishop, you are charged with theft of means of transportation, third-degree burglary, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a dangerous drug. Counsel, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond. He does kind of have a high-risk assessment as far as failures to appear.
Yes, Your Honor, he does have no felony convictions. He does have ties to the community, having lived here 6 years. He is also unemployed and doesn't have money to post any amount of bond. I would ask that the court consider releasing him to pretrial services. If the court intends to impose a bond, I'd ask that it be $2,500.
I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Bishop, order him not to return to the incident location, no contact with the victims, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will hold him on a $2,500 bond, pretrial services if posted, and set the preliminary hearing for the 15th at 1:30. Then it looks like Mr. Bishop has a case from City Court from 2024 that he has failures to appear on. I'm going to release you on that one, Mr. Bishop. If you are out of custody, you need to come to court on January 16th at 9 o'clock, but I'm going to give you a city public defender to follow along. So if you don't get out of custody, then your city public defender can talk to you about how you want to handle this misdemeanor while your felony is going along. All right?
Okay.
All right. And that's it.
Okay, stand up, Aaron James. Butler.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Miss Eck, you are charged with felony criminal damage. And I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you, order you not to have any contact with the victim. And not to return to the incident location. And I will release you to pretrial services, so you need to report to them and come back to court on December 23rd at 1:30 for your preliminary hearing, or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, go out the door, have a seat with the females. Aaron. Have a seat.
What's your name?
And Butler.
All right, so Mr. Butler, you are charged with possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. Counsel, it looks like he may already have a hold, so Mr. Goodman's recommending $500 just to get him some credit. You okay with that?
Yes.
So I will appoint the public defender, Mr. Butler, no alcohol or illegal drugs, $500 bond, pretrial services if posted, and the preliminary hearing will be December 15th at 1:30. And that's it.
Okay, go ahead and stand up. So let's go ahead and have a seat with the males. Matthew. Yes, that's it.
What's your name, sir?
Matthew Futi.
You are charged with aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, and robbery. And the state is asking for that $100,000 bond, counsel. And I know that I held his brother on the 50,000, so that's what I would think about doing in this case also. Did you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I mentioned last time, no felony convictions here too, 1 on the FTA, 2 on the NCA scale. Community ties. I think the difference here is that he's 18 years old, so he's very young. He still lives with his parents. I think his his lesser age, which also would, relate to how much he might have saved. He doesn't have any savings. He just barely reached adulthood. So given that the court set 50,000 for the co-defendant, I would ask the court to set 40,000 for this defendant in consideration of these different factors.
All right. So I should probably appoint the legal defender though, because his brother got the public defender. So can I switch that? Okay. All right. I'm going to appoint the legal defender to represent you, Mr. Futi. I'm going to order you not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the incident location or the victim's residence or work. No firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will hold you on a $40,000 bond, pretrial services if posted. Oh, and my last condition is going to be, and I told your brother the same thing, no contact with your brother or with Adriana Ortiz while this case is pending. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So those are your conditions, and the preliminary hearing will be December 15th at 1:30.
Okay, go ahead and stand up, go out that door. Clearson?
All right. What's your name, sir?
Orville Larson?
You are charged with aggravated assault with a simulated deadly weapon, and counsel, the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, he's a 2 on the FTA scale, so he doesn't have a significant failure to appear history. He does have community ties. He's lived here in Tucson for 4 years. He lives with his mom. He's actually currently disabled, so he doesn't have any money to post a bond. I'd request that you set the bond in this case at $3,000.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Larson. I will order him not to go back to the incident location, no contact with the victim, no firearms or weapons or simulated firearms or weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will take the public defender's recommendation and hold you on a $3,000 bond and release to pretrial services if it's posted. And December 15th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not, no.
Romo?
What's your name, sir?
Renee Romo.
All right. Looks like I have a warrant for you out of Pinal County, charging you with possession of marijuana for transportation or sale and misconduct involving weapons. And it's got a $10,000 bond. It's old, counsel. Did, does,
I didn't even know I had the warrant.
did the public defender's office want to be heard on this or no? Do you feel like it's not your thing?
Sorry, you're Renee Romo?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I did notice that this is a very old warrant. I also noticed that he has no felony convictions and he's a 1 on the NCA scale, 2 on the FTA scale, and pretrial services verified that he has stable housing with his partner. I would ask the court to reduce the bond, given this lack of felony history, but I do understand, given the length of how old the warrant is, that some sort of bond may be appropriate. I request that you set the bond at $2,000.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Romo, is set the bond at $2,000 and then they have a certain amount of time to come get you. All right, and then so I'm not gonna appoint you a lawyer because they will appoint you one in Florence. And then we just review the case January 5th at 9 o'clock to make sure that you're not rotting away in there and that someone comes to get you or what's going on with that, okay? If you post the bond, then you need to show up at Pinal County Court and take care of this.
Yeah.
All right, and there'll be a $2,000 bond, and if you post it, you'll be released to our pretrial services. So just check in with them and tell them that you're going to go take care of that. Okay.
Okay, so I have to.
Over here, sir. Let's see.
Hello,
What's your name, sir?
David Sullivan.
All right. You are charged with attempted burglary and criminal damage. And counsel, the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. I would like to know where Mr. Sullivan actually lives, if he actually has a place to live.
Let me ask him and then I'll respond.
Yep.
Your Honor, he's reporting that he rents an apartment.
Okay. All right, then I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Sullivan. You cannot go back to that incident location, you understand?
Okay.
Contact with the victims who live there. No alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, so you need to report to them and come back to court December 23rd at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. All right?
With the,
Roy?
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Royce Tawny.
Okay. You have a charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement from October 25th, and then also a possession of narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia from today. And counsel, the state's asking for a $2,500 bond on the narcotic drug charges and a $7,500 bond on the unlawful flight. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, he is a lifelong resident of Tucson with ties to the community. He does live with his mother. Pretrial services verified that. Based on the way he presents, it seems like there may be some intellectual disability at play. The first case is a personal use drug case, and so I would ask the court to set a $500 bond on that. On the more serious unlawful flight case, I would ask the court to set the bond of $3,000.
All right. So I will set a $5,000 bond on the unlawful flight case and appoint the public defender. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Released to pretrial if posted. The preliminary hearing will be December 15th. And then I will take the defense recommendation on the drug case, $500 bond, released to pretrial services, appoint the public defender, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and the next court date will be the 15th at 1:30. And that should be it. Thank you all.
All right.
Good night, all. Thanks.
Have a good night.
All right. Now it's just